Guy shouldn't be dating a woman that's more than 2/3 of his body weight. The woman should feel smaller. She needs to feel like he could kill her, but he's not gonna. If I'm holding a girl and subconsciously she knows that if I wanted to, I could pick her up and throw her into the wall.
Don't start saying that this world is equal, because it's really not. This type of man is more common than you think. And your biggest fear is rejection? Must be nice. Must really be fucking nice. Don't tell me that it's a joke. Don't tell me it's hyperbole. Because that's how a lot of things in bad situations start, is as a joke. Why'd you take it so seriously? Because he said it. Because that man, like many men out there, said it with his fucking chest. And you don't want me to take it seriously? No. What an absolute disgrace of a man. No wonder you're single. No wonder no one wants to date you. And you have to go on a podcast and talk bullshit.
Woman should feel smaller. She needs to feel like he could kill her.
When you see videos like this, I think it's really important to keep the question of why in mind. Because of biology and genetics, a lot of people who are in heterosexual relationships, the woman will be at least a little bit smaller than the man. At least in most situations. However, that is separate from people who will exclusively date people smaller than them. Why do you need to feel as though you could physically overpower your partner, or if you wanted to, using his words, kill them? Why do you need the other person in that situation to acknowledge that physical difference between you two? Why do you want them to be afraid of you and your physical strength? And I know this man is never going to see this fucking video, but I think for women out there who date men, it's something to keep in mind whenever people are talking about their type. This is a lot different from a physical preference to people taller or shorter than you. He specifically mentions weight and wanting to physically be able to overpower his partner if he wanted to. It blows my mind, truly. Stay safe. That's all.
Yeah, I trust him. He's in control.
I have never been happier to be a big bitch ever in my life. Bitch, what? What the fuck did you just say? A man shouldn't date a woman that's more than 2/3 his size because she needs to feel smaller and he needs to feel like he could. This man and anyone like this man who has that thought process needs to be fucking committed. Generally, the reason that women want to feel smaller than their partner is because they want to feel protected. Not this fucking ass backward shit saying that he could potentially throw me against a wall, but he's not gonna because he has control over himself. That ain't it, fam. That's the thought process of an abuser, guy. Her caption said, "He scared me with this one, I'm not gonna lie." That should fucking terrify you. No motherfucker that is worth having would ever think that their partner needs to be a certain size because they want to be able to feel like they can unalive them. They're just not gonna. Do you realize how fucking psychotic you sound? It is honestly fucking terrifying how many people whose thought process is that. How many men's thought process is that, and how many women's thought process is that it's okay for them to think that way. My mind boggled. Ladies, this is your not so gentle reminder to keep that fucking thing on you. And if you don't have one of those things, get a taser or a sharp object and keep that shit on you at all motherfucking times. Do not ever let these raggedy motherfuckers make you think that that shit that he just said is ever okay. And if you ever hear one of these little boys out here say some shit like that to you or about somebody else, you hit them with a Popeyes 3-piece and send their motherfucking asses packing.
Guy shouldn't be dating a woman that's more than 2/3 of his body weight. The woman should feel smaller. She needs to feel like he could kill her, but he's not gonna. If I'm holding a girl and subconsciously she knows that if I wanted to, I could pick her up and throw her into the wall, but I'm not. She's like, okay, I trust him. He's in control of himself.
What? Where's the red flag guy or the authorities? Because you heard him, right? Let me get this straight. A guy shouldn't date a girl unless the girl thinks that guy can murder her. Hug your daddy, man.
Woman should feel smaller. He needs to feel like he could kill her, but he's not.
Me personally, I feel like I'd rather associate myself with a man who doesn't think about murdering me. You know? The woman should feel small. No, the woman should feel safe. And that's not a feeling that any of the women who have ever been around you have experienced, so you're a freak.
Okay, what do we got?
I shouldn't be dating a woman that's more than 2/3 of his body weight.
I know I'm gonna regret this, but why?
The woman should feel smaller. She needs to feel like he could kill her,
What in the Dateline exclusive are you talking about, bro?
but he's not gonna.
Oh, well, as long as he's not gonna. I mean, he's fantasizing about it, but he's not gonna.
If I'm holding a girl and subconsciously she knows that if I wanted to, I could pick her up and throw her into the wall, but I'm not. She's like, okay, I trust him. He's in control of himself.
Not only are you admitting to fantasizing about unaliving your partners, but you are talking about the manipulation of convincing a partner that you have the ability to harm them, but that they can trust you because you won't. Newsflash, that isn't trust, that's fear. So I've dated men that are bigger than me, that are stronger than me. The reason I trusted them was not because I looked at them and thought, oh, they could unalive me. No, I trusted them because never once did I think they ever imagined or fantasized their ability to do so. I trusted them because their strength was never a fear. So when you get on the internet and let women know that not only are you consciously choosing women that are smaller than you, that you can dominate, that you can overpower, but that you want them to be thankful for the fact that you're choosing not to unalive them, or as you put it, throw them against the wall, that's just abuse waiting to happen. That's a big fucking red flag. And I don't know if I'm more concerned about the fact that you put this on the internet or that over 57,000 people have liked it. And I would bet everything I've ever owned that you are the kind of man who also says things like, well, women need men. You need us to protect you. We wouldn't need men protecting us if so many of you didn't fantasize about your ability, your big, strong ability to unalive us. Because if you are specifically choosing people to date that you know you could physically harm, and that is something that you look for, you're not safe. And while I'm okay with everyone having their own fucking preferences, you got on the internet and said all men should choose women that they could harm. But lucky for us, you claim that you're not going to. Unfortunately, too many of you actually do.
I shouldn't be dating a woman that's more than 2/3 of his body weight. The woman should feel smaller.
I'm about to play the rest of the clip in full, but I did want to stop it real quick right here and give a content warning for anyone who might have suffered relationship abuse or violence from a loved one, as the rest of this clip can be very triggering. I get sent a lot of just absolutely absurd videos. So absurd to the point where it becomes funny. This is not one of those videos, but it's equally absurd. I considered not showing it, but I think it's important to see things like this so people understand the gravity of why I make the videos that I do, right? And why similar channels make the videos they do, why they are important in calling this stuff out.
He needs to feel like he could kill her, but he's not gonna. If I'm holding a girl and subconsciously she knows that if I wanted to, I could pick her up and throw her into the wall, but I'm not. She's like, okay, I trust him. He's in control of himself.
It absolutely terrifies me that I know that there will be men in my comment section that will defend this guy, that will say I'm taking this way too seriously. It terrifies me knowing that I have friends and family that are currently dating, that I have 2 daughters that will one day be dating, and that there are men that will be trying to date them that think like this. I don't hate men. Despite what people say in my comment section, sometimes I don't. I think we can do so much better. What I hate that this exists. And I hate that there are people that probably saw this and nodded along. That's what I hate.
I shouldn't be dating a woman that's more than 2/3 of his body weight. The woman should feel smaller. He needs to feel like he could kill her, but he's not gonna. If I'm holding a girl and subconsciously she knows that if I wanted to, I could pick her up and throw her into the wall, but I'm not. She's like, okay, I trust him. He's in control of himself.
This isn't about trust. This is about fear. This is about intimidation. You want to be able to physically overpower her or have her fear that you could physically overpower her if she says or does something that you don't like. Why not use your words? Why not use your actions? Why not use your character to show this woman that you are trustworthy? Why would a woman have those kind of thoughts about somebody she's romantically interested in? Like, this is how you feel about a stranger. If I see a larger than me strange man walking up to me, then I'll have those thoughts in my mind. He could physically overpower me. He could kill me with his bare hands. He could throw me up against a wall. But why would a woman ever have those thoughts about a man that she's intimately involved with or romantically involved with? No, you want her to fear you. The threat of physical harm shouldn't come from my own man. It should come from some strange man. You should want to be bigger so that you can defend me if need be, that you can protect me if need be, not that you can use your strength against me.